Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? This is Roger, creator of Dungeon Crusade and with Grubus Games Unlimited, and welcome to this awesome update for you. I wanted to get in here yesterday and wish everyone a happy 4th of July if you celebrate it. So I hope now it's, what is it, July 5th, 2019, of course. And so I hope that everyone who celebrates 4th of July had a great time and lit off some fireworks and had a good cookout with your friends and family. So it is nice for you to join me for this. I have been wanting to do one of these updates for the longest time. And, you know, if you saw the rulebook series, if you haven't, please go check that out. I was on that rulebook for 6 months, and I don't think I'll say this enough. I'm so glad that thing is done, and we're in manufacturing officially. So I just wanted to really kind of just talk with you, tell you some very exciting stuff that I want to reveal about Pledge Manager and a very awesome guy I worked with this past week. So we just got a lot of stuff to talk about and show you some stuff. So I think this will probably be a two-part video, but hopefully you find a lot of good information because there is a lot of good information in this. So again, this is the cover art. This is going to be the box art for Dungeon Crusade. So I just thought I'd start off with that. And just a few days ago, I dispatched the Kickstarter Dungeon Crusade Update 100. Yes. And it announced, and we can shoot over to that page real quick. I have some stuff set up to show you. Not that yet, but go up to updates. This is the Kickstarter page. And I encourage you, I have links below for you to go scan the update page. Because every month I do monthly updates. And so you can see the whole evolution of the game, which I promised to do for everyone, and we did it. So this one here was update 100, and someone pointed out there's a lot of hundreds in this, but it announced Dungeon Crusade is 100% complete because the rulebook is 100% complete. And so everyone was very happy with that. So I encourage you, if you'd like, go look at this one and updates 92 and 93. It was a part 1 and part 2 because that way you can see the entire game. Like everything that's comprised in the Dungeon Crusade universe. So we're not going to go over this now, but I just wanted to let you know that you can go here and there's a link below for you to check all that out. So I said that. You know me, I don't script anything. I just talk from the heart. Okay, so check that out, and now we're going to talk about manufacturing. We're going to shoot back to this, because as some of you know, that we are partnered with the very awesome folks at Wingo Games. This is their website, and they have been just tremendously awesome to work with. I've been with them for years now, and they're great people. And I'm working with my new production manager, project manager there. Her name is Donnie, and she's been awesome. And so I chatted with her this week about getting, the templates ready to submit, because that's what we're going for. All of the stuff is going to be submitted. So I just wanted to shoot over to Wingo's page. And this is just some of the cards here. But again, when talking with Wingo, and it's, now that this is done, I had to let them know, of course, and so we're preparing everything. On my end, I have to get the cards ready, and that's what I'm going to be doing all weekend. I'm just going to do an all weekend lock-in and just prepare everything. So these are some of the card backings. There's a minion card. There's 3 different monsters in the game: minions, champions, and guardians. Minions go from level 1, 2, and 3. Champion monsters level 1, 2, 3, and 4. And guardians are like the boss-like monsters in the game. And the awesome artist David Shearer did all the card backings in the game. There's more. I just was working with this, so I thought I'd show you that. Real quickly, because I think some people like to know, like they saw like how I put the game together. We put the game together. So what preparing on my end, what I have to do this weekend is, here is a skeleton warrior, and this is a level 2 champion monster. And real quick, there's elite and normal versions of minion and champion monsters. So do you see, I gotta get my trusty red marker. Oh, that's way too big. Okay, so you see the star up here. when you draw a monster card and there's a gold star, that indicates that you have encountered, or your heroes rather, have encountered an elite monster. And elite monsters have nasty special abilities. And if you see a silver star, that's the normal version, where I wrote the origin story for where they came from. And I won't go, you know how deep I get with Dungeon Crusade and the lore of Avalon. So, and I'm sorry, I should have had the normal version up so you could check that out in the origin story. But basically, the skeleton warriors, in it, you know, everything comes from somewhere in Avalon. These originate from the Crypt of Exilia here. See this? And this was the burial site for warriors of the Avalon Valiant Army. Well, on the normal version, it's a quick story that talks about that, you know, these soldiers that were dead for so long have suddenly come back to life. And it just talks about that by some unknown force they can regain health. So it kind of gives you a tip of what happens when you encounter the elite version. So case in point, this one right here, regenerate. If the skeleton warrior is still alive at the end of each combat round, it rolls 1d3. It regains health equal to the result -1. So that's this special ability. So it's a good idea to, hopefully you're going to fight this thing with a couple heroes, not just one, and kill it, slay it right off the bat, because it's going to keep regenerating health. And then real quick, I want to show you something that I don't think we talked about before. See this skull up here? And then see how there's like a white background on the skeleton's name? Well, I mean, I won't go into depth how much I love these games, but I love difficulty levels. I love having like an unknown factor of what kind of monsters, you know, my heroes could be fighting. So I took the time to create 3 difficulty levels. There's normal, expert difficulty, and heroic difficulty. So see how we just talked here? See how normal, it has the white background and 1 skull. Blackwood Prowler has 2 skulls and it's in green, and then the heroic version has a blue background. We're looking at a Blackwood Prowler here, and 3 skulls. So what you can expect is, so let's go back to this skeleton warrior. On the expert version, notice out down here that there's a -1. Well, on the next level up, it's going to say 0. And on the heroic version, which is blue, it's going to say +1. So what I did was, and also health is increased when you move up in difficulty, and see the warfare values, these are increased also. But it was a gentle boost. With like, as everything goes up, it's not going to be like you go from 0 to 100 in 2 seconds. You know, it's a gentle boost. And what I'm going to do, and a lot of backers are going to be doing, and I encourage them to do this, is you can, if you got the other 2 add-ons for these difficulty decks, you can mix them all together and have a massive, you know, all these different monster decks with all these different monsters in them. So when you play, you don't know if you're going to be fighting an elite version, you know, or I'm sorry, normal version, or possibly heroic or expert, and it's very fun, you know, because you'll never know. I mean, your monster decks are going to be absolutely huge. Each monster deck contains 186 cards, so that's something I was very happy to do for people. So you're never going to know what kind of monsters you could be fighting if you choose to mix them all together, or just mix a few of them in. Okay, guys, this is going to end it for part 1. I'm going to be back for part 2, and we're going to talk about the big facelift that the Pledge Manager got. You're going to love this. I'm going to talk to you soon.